I am Mcq Mba, currently working as a Chief Financial Officer of Mcq Educational Solutions Limited. So I used to teach. I have a teaching background of around 27 years. Earlier I was associated with Mcq brand, and then I have been associated with this Mcq group. I am also looking after some of the industrial parts. So I am having the exposure of both academics and industry. So just say that whether you can understand my delivery on the operations management or not. Thank you so much. I think that this session will be helpful for you, and you will get support for your forthcoming examination.
Okay.
Thank you once again. Operations management of MBA second semester. I hope that the discussion will be useful to you. So let us move to the first slide. You see the first question. If output increases by 20% and input is decreased by 20%, what would be the impact on the productivity? That is the question. So now you see productivity, we all know. Productivity equal to output divided by different inputs employed. So in a simplest way we can show you that productivity, you can write that it is in output divided by inputs. So for example, take that the value of the output is 100 and the value of the input is also 100. Initial output is 100 and the input is also 100. So here the productivity is 1. Now go to this problem. Output is increased by 20%. So now the current output can be mentioned as 120 with an increase of the 20%, and the input is decreased by 20%. So the current input may be written as 80, a decrease in 20%. So now current productivity equal to 120 by 80. That is 1.5. So earlier you see it was 1, now it is 1.5. So that means the productivity is increased by 50%. C is the right answer. Now question number 2. There is nothing much of understanding, comprehensive one. Which company introduced the concept of moving assembly line first? Answer is Ford Motors. In assembly line operation, the time between two successive units coming out of the assembly line is known as, it is called the cycle time. One cycle consists the total production process of one machine. So cycle time is the time between the two successive units coming from the same machine or the same assembly line consists of several machines. Others are not relevant. Setup, operation or runtime, those are not relevant here. Now question number 4, which type of layout is most suitable for the requirements of a jobbing facility? So first we have to understand that what is job. Job is a heterogeneous production according to the given order we have to produce. For example, you may take a carpentry shop. Sometimes they are according to the order. The carpenter has to make almirah, sometimes a cot, sometimes a divan, sometimes maybe the table or chair. So all the things are not similar, not identical, and those are small manufacturing things, small products. So this kind of facility is called a jobbing facility. Now we have to come to the cellular layout. What is it? In a factory, in a plant, there are different kinds of machines. Now in a plant layout, you have to decide that which machines will be erected where. So according to your purpose of production, you have to erect those machines, you have to make such a plant design called plant layout. Now in a cellular layout, different kinds of machines are assembled in one block called cell. Different kinds of machines. Say one grinding machine, one cutting machine, another lathe machine. So these machines are different. So if these three different types of machines are put in one block, been erected in one block, so that block is called a cell, and that kind of layout is called a cellular layout. The advantage of the cellular layout is the flexibility. That means anytime you can resurrect one machine, and according to your job which has been ordered to you, you can re-erect another machine and you can continue your jobbing. So for the job kind of production, you need that flexibility, and that's why the cellular layout is the most suitable one, not the others. Number 5, which of the following material handling equipment operates on a fixed path? If you go to the industry, then you will see that fixed path means what? Either the horizontal path or in a vertical path, the movement will be there. So that is called the fixed path. Lift truck, it can go anywhere. So it cannot be operated in fixed path. Pallet also, wheels are there under the pallets, hand trolley, all these things can move anywhere within the plant, and there is no pattern of movement. But the conveyor belt, it is a prefixed one, although mobile, but a prefixed one, you cannot change its path. So in a fixed path, it will move. So that's why point D, option D is the right answer. Now question number 6. In a situation of rising prices, which of the following would be the impact of LIFO method or stock valuation, calculation of your stock, finished stock? So LIFO, full form is last in, first out. So that means which comes in the last, you are dispatching that materials first into the factory for the purpose of production. So which has been kept earlier in a lower price, that is still there, and your book value of the stock is now low comparison to the market price, because now the market price of those goods which has been stored earlier is more, because the inflation exists in the economy. That's why this is the situation of the rising prices. So that means what? That means your stock value is low, market value is high. Now if your stock value is low, just think about the balance sheets. In the left side under the liability your profit comes, and your stock and investments, these things are actually the under the subject of assets it will come. These are the assets. So if you undervalue the asset, if you undervalue your stock, your profit will also be suppressed. So that's why point number B, option B is the right choice here. Now next question, question number 7. In the formula of EOQ, if annual demand is increased by 9 times, what will be the impact on the ordered quantity? Economic ordered quantity. Just look at the formula. Although we have discussed it in the earlier slides, but still here we should write it once again. The formula of economic ordered quantity 2 into annual consumption, normally denoted by A, into ordering cost CO divided by holding cost, holding or storage or carrying cost. The same thing, storage or carrying cost, the same meaning. You may denote it by CH. So just remember that one root over is there. So if you increase the annual demand or consumption by 9 times, root over 9 means 3 times. So EOQ will be increased thrice, 3 times. Option C is the right choice here. Question number 8. Which one of the following cannot be considered as a part of the inventory management cost? From the negative sense, we have to think appraisal cost. I have told you earlier, this cost is related to quality. To maintain the quality, you have to test and checks throughout the process, and at the end of the entire operations. So that cost is called the appraisal cost, and this is nowhere related to inventory management. But see the other costs, ordering cost, carrying cost, all these things are related to inventory management. So which one of the following cannot be? That's why the answer is appraisal cost. This is not relevant to inventory. Just see the question number 9, which is just the substitutes of the previous question. Testing is an example of. So testing means what? Testing of the quality. So this comes under the appraisal cost. That means the cost incurred for testing, checking, etc. is called the appraisal cost. And if you spend more on the testing, if the appraisal cost is high, your guarantee towards the quality will be more, your acceptability in the market will be high. So appraisal cost is relevant here, that this is the appropriate answer. In total quality management, different philosophies are there. One of the most prominent philosophies is Deming will, and means Deming propagated the philosophy of plan, do, check and act. First try to understand the problem. So that is planning, revise the problem, think the problem from different angles for getting the solution. That is do. In the doing stage, you are formulating something, you are trying to get the solution of the problem. So before implementing it, just think twice, thrice, n number of times the pros and cons. That is the check. So here identifying the problem, plan, just do a brainstorming session, think on the problem, that is do. After thinking, just before the implementing, again critically look at the problem because now you are going to implement. So once you implement it, there is no point of returning from that. So that's why check twice, thrice, and number of times. And last one is act, which means the implementation. So that is the concept of the PDCA, and PDCA is the philosophy propagated by Mr. Deming. So this is called Deming Will. Now in the program evaluation review technique, question number 11 part, it is a probabilistic approach of calculating the total duration of the entire project under the network analysis, and the probability distribution is assumed to be normal. So if we know the characters of the normal distribution, we can solve the problem of part. No other distributions are related to the part philosophy. So this is the end of the MCQs of 2017. Thank you.